Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, you and I are going to spend the next 10 minutes together. And I promise you, it's going to be anything but boring. In fact, you might find yourself laughing, maybe even talking to yourself out loud. But you will definitely be practicing English in a way that actually sticks. So, grab a glass of water, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about listening. My number one tip is to listen to English every single day. I'm not talking about once a week, and I don't mean only when Netflix drops a new season of your favorite show. I mean every single day. Think about it this way. Your brain is basically a sponge. And just like a sponge, it can only soak up what you put into it. If you're constantly feeding it Spanish telenovelas or K-pop, guess what? That's what your brain is going to learn. But if you start giving it a daily dose of English podcasts, YouTube videos, or even cartoons, boom, your sponge brain transforms into an English-soaking machine. I had a student who got into the habit of listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks every night before bed. One day, she got into a silly argument with her brother when he tried to steal her sandwich, and without even thinking, she yelled, "Expelliarmus, now." Did it magically disarm him? Unfortunately, no. But hey, it was a hilarious sign that her English was sinking in. Moving on to my second tip, shadowing. No, I'm not talking about being a creepy spy lurking in the shadows. Shadowing is a super effective technique where you repeat what a native speaker says, mimicking their exact speed, rhythm, and intonation. You're essentially becoming their vocal shadow. For instance, if you're watching a movie and an actor dramatically says, "I can't believe you did that," your job is to immediately copy them. "I can't believe you did that." Try to match their emotion. Pretend you're an actor who just landed a role in a huge Netflix series. A little warning though, if you decide to practice this out in public, you might get a few strange looks. People might see you walking down the street, whispering to yourself, "I'm Batman." But honestly, who cares what they think? Your English fluency will thank you for it in the long run. Alright, tip number 3 is a game changer. Start thinking in English. Now, listen. I know this one is tough. Your brain has a default setting, and it absolutely loves to translate everything from your native language. But translation is like using super slow WIF. It lags and delays your ability to speak smoothly. So, instead of translating, try to force yourself to form thoughts directly in English. You can start small. For example, you take a sip of your morning coffee and think to yourself, "This coffee is way too hot." Or you see your neighbor's fluffy dog and think, "Wow, that dog looks like a tiny lion." True story. I once practiced this so intensely that I actually started dreaming in English. But the weirdest part, in my dream, my dog was speaking perfect English. He just looked at me with this serious expression and said, "Dude, we need to talk. Stop giving me this dry food." See, practicing English can lead to some pretty funny places. My fourth tip is all about getting your mouth moving. Read out loud. Why is this so important? Well, reading silently is a great workout for your brain. But reading out loud is a workout for your tongue, lips, and vocal cords. You need to train the muscles you use for speaking. Grab a short story, a news article, or even the back of your shampoo bottle seriously. Those things are filled with crazy-sounding words like sodium lauryl sulfate, if you can. Pronounce that with confidence. Congratulations, your English is becoming unstoppable. Here is a fun challenge for you. Find your favorite meme and read the caption out loud with as much drama as you can muster. Imagine the meme that says, "When you open the fridge at 3 a.m. and see nothing but sadness, deliver that line like you're accepting an Oscar. Boom. You're practicing English and comedy at the same time. And that brings us to tip number 5. Use English daily, in practical ways. Don't just confine your practice to the classroom or your homework assignments. Integrate it into your life. A simple first step is to change your phone's language setting to English. The next time you make a grocery list, write it in English. Instead of telling your mom what you want for dinner in your native language, try it in English. "Sorry, Mom. No more spaghetti. Tonight, I want chicken nuggets." I had a student who came up with a brilliant idea. He started sending voice notes to himself on WhatsApp, just narrating his day in English. The hilarious part was when his mom accidentally listened to one and thought he was going crazy, talking to himself. But you know what? His spoken English improved faster than anyone else's. And because you stuck with me this long, here's a bonus fun practice challenge. Pick your absolute favorite English song and sing it at the top of your lungs, like nobody's watching. Yes. Even if you think you sound terrible, in fact, especially if you think you sound terrible. Remember this, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being brave enough to try, and brave enough to practice even if you make a ton of mistakes along the way. In fact, mistakes are just proof that you're trying and learning. So, let's do a quick recap. Listen to English every day. Shadow native speakers like you're an actor. Train your brain to think in English. Read out loud to train your mouth. Use English in your daily life. And most importantly, laugh at yourself along the way, because learning is so much more effective when you're having fun. Now, don't just close this video and forget everything. Take action. Start today. Right now. Your future, fluent, English-speaking self will be so grateful you did. If you enjoy this little class we had together, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join me again. We'll keep laughing, we'll keep learning, and we'll keep growing together. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.